It is sunrise over the old harbor outside of Boston. November 24th on a Friday. I'll tell you, I have been to the Carter Library and was impressed by how Carter used the surroundings of Camp David when he decided to put his library in the hills outside of Atlanta among the tall pines and greenery out there. But being a Georgia man, that worked for him. And he wanted to emulate his time at Camp David. The solitude, the peacefulness, the quietness that he found away from the city. He being a country boy at heart. It looks like the Kennedy family has done the same thing for John's Library and Museum. Always a boatsman, always a sailor, always one with the water, whether it's a PT boat at war or whether it's sailing off of Cape Cod. He loved the water, and so much of his life involved water. And so here I stand outside the JFK Library and Museum this morning, November 24th, 2017, as sun rises over the old harbor. Okay, outside Boston. The building dates from 1979. It was constructed, the architect is I.M. Pei. Now, if you're wondering, where have I heard that name I.M. Pei before? Well, I found out about I.M. Pei at the Dallas City Hall. If you remember, I went to the Dallas City Hall and I was impressed by the building, you know, the design and the shape of the Dallas City Hall. But, you know, I was impressed, but it was one of those things, you know, I've seen it years and years and years ago, and I've seen it everywhere, you know, this design of the Dallas City Hall. So I went into the Dallas City Hall and I asked the lady jokingly, you know, when was this built? And I'm thinking, 5 years ago, with the trend, you know, of this design of the building. And she told me like 30, 40 years ago. She said, it was just built when I was born 30 or 40 years ago. I'm there, you're kidding me. So, and then I looked up the architect and I said, whoever built this, designed this, was quite a progressive. And it was I.M. Pei. And so here's another achievement of I.M. Pei, and I'll tell you, it's one of those things, and just for me, a good testament to a good piece of architecture is you can't stop looking at it, one, because it just draws your eyes to it, okay? And two, it continually surprises you with something new, something you didn't see before, something you didn't notice before, something you didn't, you know, there's something about the building that, I never noticed this, or I never noticed that. That is the true glory of a great architectural work, in my opinion. And this is just phenomenal. Okay. Um, Let us take a look down at the old harbor and see the building and the sunrise from down below. All right, we are down at the shoreline here at the JFK Museum and Library. Okay. Little peek of the sunrise as it comes up over what Google Maps said was Old Harbor. It's Old Harbor. And, I'm getting confused with all the bodies of water around here. I thought everything was like St. Charles. It's just St. Charles, but they all have, in how many years Boston's been around, somebody's claimed everything to some body of water around here. So, it's called Old Harbor. Further down there is Savin Cove or something like that. You have the University of Massachusetts. You've walked down that walkway further. Okay. This is where the Library and Museum is. It's on the campus, much like Johnson's Library is on the University of Texas campus. JFK is on the campus of UMass. Sunrise reflected in the windows. And if you get tired, you got the city of Boston right over there. Okay. City of Boston. Got the MIT plant there. Those two cigar-shaped flashing red lights on this. I believe it's MIT. And then you got Boston proper. Okay. And usually on a regular morning, you got joggers coming down here. But it's the Thanksgiving weekend, so all you got are the ducks swimming in the old harbor. Or is it Savin Cove? Whatever. It's hard not to be at peace here at the foot of this beautiful achievement in architecture, the JFK Library and Museum. As the sun rises.